So at this time, what I would like to do is invite all of our guests back. So we're going to invite Stephen Pope. We're going to invite Alicia Miller back and you, Thomas. And we're going to do a really quick panel that we love to call Hit It and Quit It. Okay, so the whole point of this, you guys, is to be brief. So I'm going to ask each of you the same question. And there's a couple of things. A, you have to answer in 30 seconds or less. B, you cannot repeat someone else's answer. And if you do, you're going to get the cowbell. I don't want to give you all that. So I want you guys to quickly answer these questions. And none of them are hard, right? There's no gotcha questions here. And you guys, we're going to have a good time together. So Stephen, since you have been quietest the longest, we are going to come to you first, then you, Alicia, then you, Thomas. So our very first question is, what is your favorite podcast?
Well, I really like to watch all the podcasts in the Amazon sector. So there's a journey from Scott Needham, and he does a journey of like every Amazon seller every week. And he's had over 1,000 guests come on. So that one's my favorite.
Love it. Love it. All right, Alicia, what is your favorite podcast?
I like Franchise Masters. I listen to all the franchise podcasts. You can get a lot of information, but Franchise Masters. I also listen to Dry Powder, which is run by the head of the PE group at Bain, which is another great podcast.
All right. Love it. Thomas, what's your favorite podcast?
Mine is a little bit off the beaten path. My favorite podcast is called Mind the Game. It's a sports podcast that deals with LeBron James and JJ Redick, where they talk about the specifics of the NBA game and the NBA sport as a whole.
Oh, I forgot. You're a former college hoop star. That's why you listen to that. I point to you.
I played professionally as well once upon a time. So that's my passion before the passion that I have now.
I got it. All right. Next question. Alicia, I'm coming to you first this time. Thomas, you second, and Stephen, you third. What is your favorite business app? Favorite business app?
My favorite business app is probably LinkedIn. I think I get more news from LinkedIn than I get from the news apps that I look at, because my large network is always pulling things of interest to them and they put it on their feed. And I sometimes see it before I might see it on CNN or something else. My favorite personal app, though, is Duolingo. I love Duolingo.
I love Duolingo, too. Hola, chica. Anyway, all right. Thomas, what is your favorite business app?
My favorite business app is sort of similar. My favorite business app would probably be Babbel. Just because I'm talking to so many different people from so many different regions that I tend to go on Babbel a lot just to brush up on things before I have the conversation.
I love it. Everybody's learning a new language. All right, Stephen, what is your favorite business app?
YouTube, without a doubt. You can see the video tutorials, every single type of business, how to get started. It's visual, it's actionable insights. And you can even get shorts on YouTube now. They've made it TikToked.
Right. YouTube University. Okay, let's go. All right. Third question. This time I'm coming to you first, Thomas, then you, Stephen, then you, Alicia. What is your favorite old school marketing tip? Favorite old school marketing tip?
I would say sort of what I said about doing business. It was be like water. Understand that the business marketplace is very flexible, so you should be the same. Anyone that's standing straight up or standing too stiff tends to fall over or break in half. So always remain flexible in the business world.
Love it. All right. Stephen, what you got?
Just get started. But if we're going to go super old school, as a marketer, I like to send out postcards to prospects to try and get them to buy from me online. And that's the merger between digital and online, and offline worlds. If you can drive one to the other, your conversion rate may not be as good, but your cost per acquisition, generally speaking, it's lower.
I completely agree with you. People forget about snail mail. So everybody send an email. So actually, direct mail actually stands out. All right, Alicia, what's your favorite old school marketing tip?
I give a lot of content away for free. I give a lot of help away for free. So, for example, on my website, if you go to bigmoneyinfranchising.com, there's a tab there that helps prospective franchisees ask good questions when they're interviewing current franchisees. So just give it away. There's no reason you need to charge for every little thing. And, eventually people will come to you with more complicated questions. And for me as a consultant, that's what I'm selling is advice and my time and my expertise. So, but in order to get there, you've got to sometimes give a lot of information away.
I couldn't agree with you more. All right, last question, guys. What is the best business book you have ever read? Best business book you've ever read. All right, Stephen, I'm going to start with you, then I'm going to go to you, Alicia, and then you, Thomas.
The Road Less Stupid, without a doubt, because it does a really good job of going high level. You get your bumper sticker sort of comment, and then he goes deep down in the weeds and explains the tactical as well. So it's really nice to be able to have it. I personally like it on Audible. I think he did a really good job voicing his own book.
Love it. Love it. Okay. Alicia, what do you got?
Well, I need to do a shout out for your book, Become Your Own Boss in 12 Months. It's a genius book. It really is. I mean, it's a brilliant book to get anybody started who's thinking about starting a business. My other favorite business book, honestly, is one I have reread this book probably 4 or 5 times. It's called Career Warfare. And it's not for small business owners per se, but it talks a lot about how you are perceived by the people around you and how sometimes what you're communicating in your manners and how you speak to people is not getting you the results you're looking for, how to know when it's the right time to, cut bait and get out of a corporate job and get out on your own when you're not moving up the ladder and when you're getting frustrated. It's a great book. It's very entertaining. It's written by a guy who's was a marketing guy. So it's a funny book and it's full of really great anecdotes.
I'm going to get that one. That sounds kind of interesting to me. Hey, Thomas, what's your best business book you've ever read?
The best business book I ever read is Outlier by Malcolm Gladwell. The book really talks about a plethora of things, but it really talks about putting in the time and putting in the effort when you want to master something, but also understanding that timing and circumstance has a lot to do with success. So understanding time, understand circumstance, and making it work to your will so that you can be successful.
I love it. I love it. That was a great book. I really appreciated that one. And his other one, The Tipping Point, I like that one really a lot as well. All right, you guys, my favorite book, 10X is Easier Than 2X by Dan Sullivan. This is the man. This is the book. I've read this book. I've listened to this book. I bought this book and given people this book. This is a great book. What I love about this book is he says, in order to transform your business, you must transform yourself. And so I love it. It's a great book. Listen, thank you guys so much for being here on the SmallBizChat podcast. You guys are tremendous guests. Thank you so much to Stephen Pope, myfranchiseguide.com. Thank you to Alicia Miller, author of the brand new book, Big Money in Franchising. And thank you so much, Thomas Young, who is the CEO of the World Trade Center, Greater Philadelphia. And that's WTCphila.org. So check him out if you guys are in the Philadelphia area, or if you need to find the World Trade Center in your town, look it up because they've got great resources for you if you want to export outside of the United States. Now, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the SmallBizChat podcast.